everyone, it's Beaching Nails. Today I'm going to show you guys, I got a prototype and this is called a Pallet Buddi. And this company is debating whether or not to market it or not. I've had it for a while. I've had the pleasure to use it with many of my manis. I truly love this. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of different things to do with it. You slide it right on your finger. You apply, whether if you want to do acrylic paint or if you want to put nail polish on it. You can put glitter polish on it, pick the glitter pieces off of it. I have like a decal sample here. You can color in your decals and go here. I don't know about you guys, but normally what I would always do is, yep, these are my scrap papers with all of my paint. I waste a lot of paint. I mean, with acrylic paint, you only need a tiny bit. I no longer need these. I had found that when you use this ring, the acrylic paint does not dry out as fast like it does on paper. I like because it's easier for me to blend the colors together. You can use a sponge and you can dab on there and you can go right to your finger. Right here's your palette and you work right here. I know a lot of people that when they are using the piece of paper and they have their art on, their paint on here, they go to reach in and they put their arm in it. I don't know how many of you guys have done it out there. I know I have. I know a couple of people who are watching this video. Yes, I'm talking about you. You guys need one of these. Now, I was a little bit skeptical about the ring band. I kind of wanted an adjustable ring. But after a while of using it, I like this idea better. An adjustable one, you have to open it up, put it on your finger, clamp it down. If you don't clamp it down, it's going to sit there and spin. This, right by your knuckle, it's not coming off. Another thing is with an adjustable one, when you're done, you have to pull it off. Well, after opening, closing, so many times, it could break. This, very durable. When you have it on your finger, when you're done, you pull up. Push down on your finger and pull it out. I've had no problem. I haven't messed up any of my art yet doing it. I'm excited to show you guys different techniques about this. Now this is, let me get my squishy stamper out. The palette part there is the same size as an XL squishy head. Now, the maker did tell me that she does want to make the palette part bigger, which is good. I'm excited for that. Now, the purpose of the video is they're undetermined whether or not if they want to actually market this. If they did, I was told it would be, you know, a short-term thing, depending on how many people would want one, if they wanted to invest in doing it. I want to share it with you guys. Personally, when I'm doing my art, I need my Pallet Buddi. This thing is the bomb. I love it. I'm going to use it during all of my arts. And it's an easy tool to use. It's going to be helpful for you. This is stainless steel. You can clean it with acetone. You can clean it with rubbing alcohol. Depending on what product you're using on here, obviously nail polish, you need remover. When you use acrylic paints, you can use rubbing alcohol. You can wipe it off. You can add a little bit of water. You can mix your paints up. I've been using my 24 Dance detail brush and going in there. I mean, look at this. You got your paint there. You dab in your color. You color it in. Dab, color. I have put 4 colors just on this alone. And she's going to make it slightly bigger so you can fit more colors on there. And right there, if you want to do your decals, right there. Or if you want to add your art to your fingernail, right there. Or if you want to add dots, right there. I mean, there's so much, so much. I mean, I love this. This is going to be a tool for me. I want to make it available for you guys out there too. I mean, I'm in love with this. I think you guys will be too. Stay tuned if you want to see extra tips and how I use all of this stuff together. Okay, first things first. If you don't want to wear this on your finger, you can put it on a square nail polish bottle. Put it right on the neck, and you can set it there. At least it's still handy for you to get to do what you need to do. If you don't want to wear it on your finger, this is always an option to do it this way. I like to wear it on my finger. And first we're going to start out, I just applied just one coat of Sally Hansen. This is Blew Me Away. And I just put one coat on there. Now for this, I'm going to use a Funky Fingers Chunky Polish. And my goal is I just want snowflakes. And there's a bunch of different things inside here. And I'm going to put a fair amount so I can see what's all inside this polish. And so far I don't have a snowflake on there. I'm going to keep on adding more until I see a snowflake. And it's on my palette. Now, of course, because of video, I'm still not going to find one, and I don't have one here. You can turn around, you can use a dotting tool, pick up, and you can place in certain areas of the nail that you want. I really want a snowflake. I'm going to use my art brush only because I think it's going to be just a little bit easier, and it was much easier for me to pick up. Still haven't found that snowflake. So imagine if you really wanted just snowflakes on here. This has little hexagon pieces and snowflake pieces, and you're doing a certain man, and you're like, no, I don't want all those pieces, I just want the snowflakes. Well, if you're going to do this on paper, what's going to happen is the paper's going to sit there and absorb all the polish. It's going to dry out. You're not going to be able to grab it. And look, I was lucky. I finally got that snowflake. And I'm going to place it right here on the nail. Got one snowflake. Now I can continue digging in the bottle, adding more in my polish ring, and decorate my nail however I want. If I want to do these hexagons and put them in a row, I can. I have now control. There's no sense for me to go online and buy a bag that has 1,000 count of these little hexagons when I've got plenty inside this bottle here. I don't need all these little bits and pieces. I can grab them out of that bottle, use them individually, use them as arts, or paint the whole thing on my nail. Whichever, it's multi-purpose. Because it's polish, I'm just using acetone on the ring, cleaning it up, good to go. Now, here is, I use plate LO06. This is just the Snoopy plate. And I'm going to use white acrylic paint. I mean, you only need a tiny bit. I need to clean my brush because I did use it in nail polish. Now my brush is clean. And look how easy. I can turn it whichever way I want it. If I want it in more, I turn it in more. Look at that. I can wipe off the excess. Not too much. Doesn't overload. This is what I really, really like about this. I don't know if it's because it's on stainless steel versus the paper, but the paint, it glides so nicely. And you can turn around and you can use this and you can color in and make decals if you're into stamping. Quick and easy. Now, another thing that you can do with it is, I do have one finger I painted white, just one coat, and I have not tried this before with these colors, so this is going to be a new creation. I'm going to add a little bit of purple, and I'm going to add a little bit of light purple, and I still have white on here. Now, if I want, I can take, this is a piece of saran wrap. I can bunch it up. I could go into the dark, come back a little bit. I can go into the dark. Now, I know people ask, how do I do this? Dab it off, dab it off. Then I go to my nail, lightly. Don't press hard. Light. Go into the next color, dab it off. Add it in there. You can add some white if you want. Make sure you dab some off. Add it in there. So now I can do saran wrap sponging, random sponging. I can use a sponge, and I can come in and dab in two of my colors. And if I just wanted to do, let's say, a split tip, I can. I can take a dotting tool, or I can take my brush and I can paint in. I won't use that. I'll be here forever. And apply a lot more polish right from my palette here. And just go in and do a full gradient. Or I can make it on here and lay it on my palette in the way for a gradient and dip my sponge right on there and do it. Or you can do, I see people take their stampers. You take the little end and they're dabbing it in random spots, getting random colors on there. Go right to your nail. Press it down. You get different looks every time. You want to add more dark? Add more dark. Because it's acrylic paint, it is very forgiving, and I just use rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to start all over. Now let's say if I wanted to use an art brush, which I did have it out on my desk, and of course it's, here it is. I'm going to dip into the light, dab off some. And add in colors in random areas. I love this technique that I'm doing here. I'm actually using the chisel end of the brush. So I'm going to call this technique the chisel, because that's what you're using. Stand up the brush. Put it in random spots. Don't press hard. Press light. Be random. Come back in. You can get a little bit of white. If you want to dab some off, you can. You can dab some off on your palette. You come in and add some more. Now I've done this technique a couple of times already with some of my manis to create my bases to be different. And again, because it's acrylic paint, it's so much more forgiving. If I get it on my skin, get it close here, I can use rubbing alcohol and a cleanup brush and get it off no problem. If I want to add more dark, I can add more dark. Remember, stand up the brush. Use the chisel. Let's add a little bit more. I'm all out of the dark on my palette here. Acrylic paint a little bit goes a long way. Yes, that's a train. And because it's acrylic paint, if you mess up and you truly don't like it, wipe it off. You can always add more, blend it in. I truly like this. Like I said, I would like to see everybody to be able to enjoy. Let me show you here. My nail, I just applied the paint, you saw me. As if I want to put it on there. I can slip my finger in, no problem. I can pull up on this palette ring, no problem. Put it on there. It's there. Take it off. I did not mess up my nail. I like this, and I was wondering if any of you guys would be interested in a product like this. I would like to see the maker to make these. I'd like my fellow stampers to be able to have the same tools that I have and what I'm benefiting from. I mean, this is one amazing tool, and it's going to make your arting a whole lot easier, a lot more fun, and I think you guys should get one. I'm going to actually ask for another one. I can't wait for the bigger palette to work with a bigger piece. And let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like this? Do you like the stretchy part of the ring? Like I said, at first I didn't care for it, but it really grew on me. I was afraid the other one would break after a while, going back and forth, and you pinch it on there. How are you going to get it off without messing up your nails? Tell me your thoughts and opinions, and I'll get back with the maker, and, you know, maybe together we can all make, you know, one killer product in the end. But as far as I know right now, this is going to be called a Pallet Buddi. If they do go ahead and market it, leave me a comment. Let me know. You guys take care. Bye-bye.